Okay, cool. All right. So, hello. My name is Ari. Tell
Hi.
me, hi. So, tell me a little bit about yourself today.
Hi. Okay. So my name is Rad. I'm 23. I live in the Bay Area, and I love to learn and just, yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Awesome. Okay, so you're in the Bay. You just love like
Yeah.
soaking up information and learning and
hmm
everything. So,
Yes.
that's
hmm
really cool. Okay, cool. So, also too, before we start too, I just want to make sure I get like your
hmm
gender pronouns correct too.
Yes.
So,
Yes, of course.
or like
Yeah.
your what you go by.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my pronouns are she, her, hers.
Okay, awesome. Okay,
hmm
thank you so
hmm
much. Okay, so
Yes.
what is something you want to talk about today?
Today, I would like to talk about how I can improve my health and my well-being so that I can have a successful life ahead of me.
Okay, improving health and well-being. It sounds like
Yes.
success is like a very important part to your life.
Yes.
So
hmm
awesome. So tell me why that is like why is it most important to you to have success and well-being in your life?
Yeah. So for me, I think it's important because I feel like at the end of the day, all we have is our health, and if we don't have our health, we don't have anything. So I think beyond like money or like stability or whatever, or all of that, I think health is really important so that we can live a long life free of problems. Just because nothing is guaranteed if we don't treat our bodies the way we need to.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree.
hmm
Like health is all you have, and if you don't have that, then your
hmm
quality of life just might not be as well as you want it. So,
Exactly.
yeah, that's a really good point. So tell me a little bit
hmm
about what
hmm
you're concerned about that you're doing now
Yeah.
that's not getting you to
hmm
that point that you want.
Right. Right. I feel like right now for me, it's struggling to make my own food. I think I'm eating out too much. So I know that's not really good for my body and my mind. I know that like I've been getting sick a lot more recently ever since I started eating out more. So I think it has to do with that. So just like short-term causes of bad things, but I think long-term, just eating out and not being able to like provide adequate nutrition for myself on a daily basis has been difficult, as well as just getting in my required requirement for fruits and vegetables. I feel like I'm doing more like carbs and fats versus what I would want.
Okay, yeah. So like your main
hmm
concern is eating out more, and you kind of notice you've been
Yeah,
getting more sick and stuff too,
yeah,
which is kind
hmm
of
hmm
probably negatively like impacting you too. And I know you're busy, so
yes,
that's probably kind of a detriment to your life. So
exactly.
yeah. So
hmm
tell me a little bit why like
hmm
health and everything aligns with
Yeah,
the values like in your life more a little bit.
totally. hmm So I think health aligns with my values just because I really treasure my like well-being, and I want to be the best me I can for everyone I love and everyone in my life. So I feel like that goes hand in hand with wanting to uphold my health at a high standard so that I'm functional and able to provide for not only for myself but for others that I need to provide for. So I feel like that's why my health aligns with my want for being there for everyone and being able to give back to my loved ones and community. It's really important for me that my health stays up to par so that I'm able to be that person and be able to do all I got to do and provide what I need to provide to whoever and be
Wow,
for people.
yeah. So you're a really like selfless person and you really like giving like everything, yeah, like that you have to other people
Yeah.
and you're very like
hmm
giving. So that's a
Yeah.
really amazing quality that you have. So
Thank
that's
you.
awesome. So tell me how your life would be different if you did
hmm
start incorporating maybe more healthier meals or eating out less.
hmm
How would
hmm
that change in your life? How
Yeah.
would you be different?
So I think for me, if I don't really change some of my lifestyle habits that I negatively have been accumulating over time, I feel like I'm just gonna not be my best self. I'm not gonna be able to be like fit and like youthful and like disease free. Like I feel like there's a lot of chances of like my health deteriorating in different ways and like not being able to have a control over that. So I think in order to live a really long life, which is something I really want to do, and in order to live a life where I'm comfortable and not drained, it's really important for me to improve my health so that I can be the best version of myself.
Yeah, okay, that totally makes sense. Like longevity
Mhm.
is very important to you, and you realize
Mhm.
the impact that like diet and just wellness like makes on like
Yes.
feeling good and having that quality of like your life. So
Exactly.
yeah, I totally get that. So what right now, like what is the best part about like what you're doing
Mhm.
right now, like eating out and stuff, and then what's like
Mhm.
the worst
Yeah.
part about what you're doing?
Yeah, so I think for me it's really convenient just
Hmm.
to be eating out more and like just to be eating not like a very diverse diet, just sticking to this main type of foods every day. It just comes out of sheer convenience,
Hmm.
like lack of time or energy to like provide for myself in that way. But the downside to that is definitely just like taking a toll on like I know that like I don't know what type of oils they're using. If like my
Right.
food is contaminated, I don't know who's cooking it, like what's the sanitation, and I don't like I don't know like how healthy it really is at the end of the day,
Right.
to be constantly putting that into my body, as well as I don't think I'm getting the whole spectrum of like vitamins and minerals I need when
Uh-huh.
I'm not eating a diverse diet full of like vegetables and
Mm-hmm.
fruits. So I think it's really important for me to change that.
Okay, yeah. So basically,
Hmm.
eating out is very convenient, you know, because you don't have to make
Yeah,
it, but like you're not in control of what you're making. So it's
exactly.
hard to know what's in it, and then you might
Yeah.
become deficit in certain nutrients. And it sounds like you really care about like getting those like micronutrients, which is really hard to
Yes,
get maybe when you're eating out and not making it
exactly.
yourself. Yeah. So I totally get that. So how do you think you're gonna go about like making this change in your life then?
Right, right. So I think for me, it just comes down to time, like really prioritizing like the now and like using my time wisely instead of procrastinating or putting things off. It's really important for me to maybe focus time, grocery shopping, finding out like researching recipes, things that are easy to do but also nutritious.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like writing things down, like putting it in a journal or something, and
Mm-hmm.
actively executing that into my daily life by just putting in that extra effort. I think it just comes down to like that effort that can go into it, the process. But I think what just holds me back is like laziness at the end of the day. So, so
Yeah, yeah, I get that.
yeah,
That's hard when you're like busy too and you work. So,
exactly.
but yeah, I mean, you know, like what you need to do and everything, and you kind of mentioned
Yes.
like grocery shopping and kind of like maybe
Hmm.
making like a game plan, like for maybe
Yes.
the week or
Writing it
something,
out.
writing it down. Yeah, just so it's there for you and everything. Yeah, those are like really great ideas.
Hmm.
Would you be what like other ideas I guess would you have
Hmm.
to like make yourself really successful in
Yeah.
this, you know?
Um, I think another thing is I really want to start incorporating more exercise into my routine. That's
Okay.
definitely going to go hand in hand with being healthy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when I look back in my life, the days where I worked out, I was always actively choosing nutritional options versus the junk food. Just because after putting in all that effort in a workout, I was like, oh, I can't just waste it by eating these fries. So like,
Yeah.
it's just really important for me. I think once I can start incorporating more of a workout into my daily schedule, the food portion will naturally follow. So
Okay.
that's one change I want to make immediately.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So
Hmm.
that's a good connection you're making, like with the
Hmm.
exercising, and then just kind of like wanting to stay on like that healthy like wagon. You know, you're like, I
Yes.
don't want to like be unhealthy now because I just exercise. So yeah,
Hmm.
that definitely makes sense. Would you be interested in like hearing an idea that like I have or that's worked for like
Sure.
other people too? Okay, so
Hmm.
sometimes completely giving up something like going out or something can be really hard.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
sometimes people will pick like let's say like one day a week or
Yeah.
one day every 2 weeks or something
Right.
like that to
Like
go out
set
and
day.
eat. Yeah, and they
Hmm.
like set a
Hmm.
time and that's like their special time where they can like go out with friends or like
Okay.
have a meal out and then like the rest of the weeks like you know you can have more of like a game plan where you
Hmm.
can kind of like write down your recipes or like kind of meal prep like a certain day of the week you could pick. And just like have little Tupperwares in your fridge too, with food already
Yes.
there, so it's kind of like a grab and go. Because sometimes too when you're busy and like trying to think of making an entire meal from start to finish is really hard. So sometimes too when you have like
Exactly.
separate things like already made, you can just put them together.
Put them together.
Yeah. So like, do you like any of those like ideas, or like what do you think of those?
I really like. I really like the idea of like having something like a couple different things already ready to go in your fridge and just putting it together last minute, because it's like sometimes it comes down to having a variety. Sometimes when you just cook something for yourself, it's just going to be one main dish, and it's like you get bored of it, or you keep cooking the same thing over and over. So I like the aspect of making it more of a variety and whatnot. And what was the other idea I mentioned? Like just having one one set day, right?
Yeah.
So I
To like
really
go out.
So I really like that too, because it will give me more of an incentive to like something to look forward to instead of something I do daily. And it'll make it more exciting too. So where I'll be like excited for it, because sometimes like when I eat out too much, I'm like, okay, this is the same thing like over and over. And it's not that exciting anymore. It's just like, okay, this is just food, and it's not even that good at the end of the day. Like home cooked meal is so much better.
Definitely. Okay, yeah.
So yeah, I like that.
Okay, so you think like those are some things that could actually like work, or you kind of be interested in like trying or something in your life? Yeah. So okay, so do you feel ready to make a change like this coming week or in the next couple weeks? And what would you need to do to like be successful like starting off with your change, your behavior change?
Yeah. So I would want to start making these changes as soon as possible. I think the first step I want to take is just starting my mornings off with a workout. I think that's going to head start me for the rest of the day so I make healthy decisions. That's going to definitely be changing my mindset about things and my lifestyle habits. And one change I also want to make pretty immediately is just saying not falling to peer pressure when it comes to like eating out. I feel like it's definitely a thing my friends and everyone likes to do a lot. So I always feel like obliged to like go for it, or out of just like, oh, let's just hang out, So I want to maybe like when friends want to hang out, ask like maybe we should like cook together or like do something like different versus just eating out all the time. Just feel like that's something some of my friends actively do, is just like restaurant hop when we hang out. So I feel like I want to, so maybe like there's some changes I want to make pretty immediately, but mostly I want to start off working out more. So I think I'm going to start doing that.
Okay, nice. So you think you're going to start off with just kind of doing workouts in the morning, and then maybe kind of when your friends want to go out, maybe just suggesting something different, like cooking at home and stuff. And not falling into the peer pressure every time, maybe, and trying to something different. Okay. So what like barriers could you see like potentially getting in the way of like this? Like how would you go about that?
Yeah, some barriers could be that I just have a really like crazy work schedule, so it's hard to like really incorporate a lot of these things into my life when it comes to like food and like working out. So I definitely want to, and my schedule is just different every day as well. Like the hours can be not there. Sometimes they're usually 9 to 5, but sometimes they're different timings. So it's hard to really see figure out how to do that when my schedule is always messed up. That's definitely a barrier.
Right. Okay, so time management, just related to like your work schedule is really just like the biggest thing that could get in the way. Okay. And how do you think you could like go about like working around your schedule to like, keep being successful in this, I guess?
Right. I think maybe like having, like I said, or like a journal, maybe, and like writing out things. So like scheduling things, writing out things, and just dedicating some of my free time to like actively like researching, trying new things, trying new foods, trying new workouts. I want to try to whatever free time I do get, instead of like to watching TV or something or social media, I want to like spend more time investing back into myself.
Okay, yeah. So kind of diverting your time and like instead of watching TV or doing something maybe like less related to your goals, and then writing it down too, like you said before.
Yeah, writing everything down really helps me.
Good, nice. So how confident do you feel on a scale of 1 to 10, like 10 being the most confident in your ability like to make this change?
I would say 6.
Okay, 6. Okay,
Yeah,
so
6.
why didn't you say like a lower number, like 5?
But I think because I know that I have a lot of like willpower and I'm really dedicated to like what I put myself into. So I know I could do it. I have done things like this before, and there's been a lot of I've done a lot of like cool things within my health, like intermittent fasting, and I always a lot of like I've been very into like cooking and stuff, cooking healthy meals and being like vegetarian and educating myself on that type of thing in the past. So I definitely think I have the ability to, but I would say it's a lower number, like 6, because just because of scheduling conflicts and time conflicts, just being a huge factor.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah. So you have like the willpower and like you have like the knowledge on like how to do it, which is really great. So it's just like the timing that you might have to work around, which might be a challenge.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Cool. So it sounds like this week you're gonna kind of start like exercising, maybe more in the mornings. Maybe like journaling down some stuff, and then maybe setting like times when you really want to go out, just to make it more of like a fun kind of thing instead of just like a monotonous like everyday thing. So that sounds like a really good place to start. So yeah, is there anything else you want to like ask or mention or go over?
Yeah, sure. So I would just like to know like some tips about how I could get started. I think starting is the hardest part. So what could be some tips to get started on a healthier journey?
Okay, yeah, tips. I would say in regards to like the meal planning, I think what I've heard is the hardest part about it is people don't want it to be boring. Like a lot of times when people think of like meal prepping, they just think of like, like really boring stuff just like in containers. So I would say something that could help is just like spicing it up with different like spices or trying different like sauces or like cooking methods. And so even if you're using maybe the same ingredients, you can make like a totally different recipe and then make it more fun and kind of like rotate those so they don't get like boring, I guess. Because like I think it's hard to stick to things when you don't really like enjoy them. So like making it more enjoyable, and also just like it's all about balance too. And so like going out and like having a meal like out with friends is like really enjoyable too. So I think that's something too that could be really fun to like still incorporate. So like not completely cutting it out,
but not doing it like at a set time. Yeah, in moderation.
Exactly. So that's just like
definitely
what I've heard from people.
Okay, I like that.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. All right. Well, it was really nice talking to you today. So thank you. Yeah, thanks for sharing everything, and I will see you next time. All right.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Bye.
Awesome. Bye.